Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Borsier. I'm going to be your instructor for the next 7 weeks doing the Intro to Bio or General Biology for Non-Majors class, so Bio 101. So I just wanted to record just a really short video to introduce myself so that you knew who was on the other side of that screen. So it's not just typing and font, but also to give you just a little peek at the Blackboard site because I'm going to open it up for you. So let me share my screen so that you can see what our Blackboard site looks like. So this is our Blackboard landing page. So whenever you click on, I might rename this a little bit, but whenever you click on our general biology link in your Blackboard, this is going to come up and all my announcements will be here for you. In fact, I'm going to post weekly announcements of the things that you need to do every week, a little checklist, to-do lists, I'm calling them. But the first thing you need to do is start over here in the menu. This is the Start Here orientation. And there are 5 things that you need to do. And the first one is read the syllabus and the schedule. So the syllabus is in the syllabus and resources, which is over here. It's always going to be there for you. And if you click this link, it jumps right there. So I guess I'll just do that. So here's the syllabus and here's the schedule, and you're asked to read those 2 things. So let me just, and I'm not going to read it all to you. Let me just scroll through here and hit some highlights. So this is me. You can reach me by email, but if you do send me an email, you need to put Bio 101 in the subject line because I teach 4 different classes. I have 8 different sections. And so it's very hard for me to keep track of every individual thing that's happening. So if you at least tell me what class we're talking about, that really helps. And then how to get a hold of me. Really, honestly, the best way that you can reach me is to get on the Google Hangouts chat. So that's one of the things that is in the orientation that you're required to do, is to send me an email so you get that invite link to the Hangouts chat. And once you get the invite link, if you go over if you open up the sidebar, you have to set up with your settings. But if you go over to the sidebar, you'll see biology chat. And this is where we'll have our whole class chat. So you can talk to each other, you can talk to me, and it's not required that you use the chat, but if you have something quick, like as you're studying, and you're like, this is not working for me, I have a question, you can type it in there. If you have an issue with like an exam, your router got struck by lightning and it canceled the exam right in the middle, and you need to tell me like right away that, hey, I didn't mean to close my exam only 2 minutes in. This reaches me immediately because I put the app on my phone. So okay, so back to the syllabus. Let's see. This is a 4-credit class for non-majors, so it's really lightly dabbling in all kinds of different topics of biology. And then the learning outcomes are here. Ooh, there's a lot of them. You need to get a textbook, and this is the textbook that we use. And there's several ways that you can get that textbook, and they're outlined here. And you will also need the lecture guides, and I provided those to you on Blackboard. So I'm going to show you that stuff. There's resources here. The Biology Learning Center is a really great place to connect with tutors. I highly recommend them. They do in-person and virtual tutoring. There's also disability support services if you have issues that you need accommodations for. This is how your grade is broken down. So I'm your lecture instructor, but you're going to have a separate lab instructor with a separate lab site. It's going to feel like 2 different courses for the next 7 weeks. But at the end of the semester, your lab instructor is going to send me your grades, and those grades from lab are worth your total 25% of your total biology 101 grade. So I'm going to take your lecture grade and I'm going to make it 75%, and I'm there take the lab grade that they gave me and I'm going to make that 25%. Now, to make it easy for you, I designed our lecture to be worth 750 points. So it's pretty easy to see how you're doing on that 75% side. The way we're going to do assessments, the way you're going to earn points is you're going to have weekly post-chapter quizzes, they're going to be per chapter. So you may have more than one. In fact, you're going to have more than one because it's only 7 weeks. You're going to have more than one per week. But these are open book quizzes that you can, you can use your notes, you can save your progress, you can come back. And then we're going to have 4 unit exams and a cumulative final exam. And those are not open book, those are timed. And so you're going to have to, show that you know the information at that point, but you will have been able to practice with the quizzes and also some assignments. So this assignments are a little bit of like a dig a little deeper kind of activity, exercise, or a way to apply what you just learned, rather than just reading it out of a book and answering some questions. So the assignments are a little bit more interactive than say the quizzes. I think that's it. I mentioned that I'm going to send you to-do lists once a week, and that'll be posted in our announcements. So this is what I'm going to be sending once a week is the schedule, and you have the schedule. Everything is organized for you already, and you can put it in your planner today. Okay, and if there would be any changes, I would make like so many announcements. There's no way you can miss it, right? So week 1, you have these 6 things that you need to do. You need to do orientation, and you need to read the guide and the chapter, and then you have 1 assignment. And there's some optional things to do here and there. And if I find more cool stuff that I want to share with you, I might put that in the optional. But I only put it in the optional just so that you know it's not something you have to do. And certainly I'm not gonna check that you filled out the guide. So this read the textbook with the guide. I can't check that you did that because I'm not gonna have you turn in those guides. They're just for you. But you definitely need to do them in order to be prepared to take that quiz and take that exam. And in fact, I talk a little bit more about the guides in a special document for you. And it's called How to Use the Chapter Guide. So I was in the syllabus and resources menu here, and I went down to this folder that says how to's and FAQs, and how to use the chapter guide is the first one. So that explains what I'm talking about with these guides that I made for you, how I envisioned you using them. They're a reading guide, they're a note-taking guide, and they're a study guide. So they're kind of your one big tool next to the textbook. And then I do have a lot of frequently asked questions, especially because we're like an online course. So we have some technical questions and things like that. And I update this pretty regularly. So if you have a question for me, of course you can shoot it into the chat, but you can also check here. In fact, I would say check here first, because there's a good chance that it's already there. And then there's some more homework type, how you should cite your references, because I don't use APA or MLA. I just would like one relatively simple standardized format, how you submit your homework, how you can read your homework feedback, things like that. So take a look at that. If we go back to the syllabus and resources, there's also a communication folder that I would like for you to explore. It's ways to communicate with each other, with me and each other. It's all the different ways that we can, stay connected even though we're behind screens. And you'll notice most of my communication is with my micro students. I have a doctorate in microbiology, and that's my primary teaching. And so that's the one course that I teach the most of. But that's just a little bit about me. So back here to the orientation, then you need to read the syllabus and schedule, and then you can mark that it's just for you to keep track. I don't look that you marked it or not, but you can click that you reviewed it if you want. Then you need to get a textbook. This is the textbook that I'm using. There's a 6th edition out there. You can use it. It's a little bit different. I noticed it's ever so slightly different, but I don't assign homework out of the textbook. I don't say like do questions on page 55. So it really doesn't matter what edition you get. The one that we use here at GRCC, actually I have it right here. Let me stop sharing my screen. There we go. I have it right here. It's called Biology Science for Life with Physiology, but it's a special custom edition for GRCC. Really, it just means that like the original textbook was like 25 chapters long, and we're only doing like 20. So it's not necessary for you to buy the big book. But if you want the big book, or you can find it affordably somewhere else, then do that. It doesn't matter. You're just not going to use those chapters. You can get it as an e-text. There's e-text over there, and then I put directions for how to get. I don't know why. There we go. I put directions for how to buy the e-text book. Or like I said, if you can find it online, Amazon, Chegg, Abe Books, collegetextbooks.com, all those places. If you can find it and you like it, go for it. And then here's some success tips. So, biology, being a science course, it requires you to kind of learn and understand some facts and be able to interpret them, and then repeat them back or apply them. And so just because you understand something and you take it inward doesn't necessarily mean that you can reproduce that understanding on an exam when you're being tested on it. And so I have some tips here for how you might approach that process of learning. And then you do need to send me an email to get the invite link to the group chat. You are not required to use the group chat. It's not part of the assessments, but you are required to have access to it, so that if for some reason, you and I are emailing, or you have a quick question and I say, let's chat, you already have access. So I'm requiring you to send me that email and have access. I'm not requiring you to use it, but I think you'll find that using it is very beneficial. My students do it all the time, because I put the app on my phone. It's like having a professor in your pocket. And then you can communicate with each other, which is, a lot less isolating when you're online. So use that. Then the last thing you need to do is your first assignment. So this is the first taste of what your homework assignments are going to look like. And so here's how they're going to look. You're going to have a little bit of directions here in this part. And then you're going to have a document that you need to download. In this case, you have 2 documents that you need to download. You have an article that you need to read, and then you have questions that you need to answer. So you're going to download the questions that you answer, type in your answers, save it as a unique file name. And then the Dropbox, if you click here, then you go to the Dropbox to turn it in. That's the slot where you turn it in. And you browse for your file that you saved, and you upload it and you submit it. Now, you can submit as many times as you want, and you can submit as early as you want. It just needs to be in before the end of the week. And our weeks are always going to close on the same day. And so at 11:59 p.m. So you won't have to, worry about changing deadlines. The week opens and then the week closes, always on the same day. Okay, and so then it says, great, now begin week 1. So every one of our weeks is in a folder over here in the weekly materials, and the dates are listed, and And then when you click on the folder, it has all the things that you need for that particular week. So I've got a little introduction as to what we're doing, and then we're doing only these 2 chapters to start out with. And then we have an assignment. And at the end of a unit, you're going to take an exam over that unit. So our first unit is chapters 1 through 5. So it's going to be weeks 1 and 2, I believe. Yep. So week 2 has a little introduction, and it has 3 more chapters and a little assignment. And then on week 6, and I don't know if week 6 is, or I'm sorry, week 3. I don't know if week 3 is open. Yeah, it is. So week 3 is open for you, and you're going to take the unit exam for week 3. And you're going to do chapters 6 and 7. But obviously, the exam is not going to be in that week. So we're going to go over here to the menu, and the exams are going to be over there. And of course, you can't see them because those things open on the week and they close on the week. So you are more than welcome to work ahead on the weekly material. I'm doing my best to get out ahead of you and have the materials prepped for you perfectly. But you're welcome to work as far ahead as you like, because this semester is going to go fast with only 7 weeks. And you may decide you need to budget your time a little differently for different things that are going on in your life. The exams are the only things that you can't work ahead on, and that's for obvious reasons. So I think that's it. Oh, let me also show you over here the Get Help link. I put this in all my Blackboard sites, and this is for you. This is, oh my goodness, this is every resource that I could think of that a student at GRCC might need. So there's everything from tutoring to career development, but even like mental health, dental health, emergency money, emergency housing, laptop loaners, biology advising. I don't know, maybe you want to switch majors. Like I said, I copy these. Preferred name changes. Anything that I have found that I thought, oh, the students might need this. I don't ever monitor this. Like there's no way for me to know if you clicked on this link and explored that option or anything. So please just dig right in if there's something there that you would like. And don't forget that it's there. You never know what you might need help on in the future. So don't forget that that's there. Okay, I think that's it. So let me stop sharing my screen so that I can smile at you and say goodbye. And I know, oh, door just slammed. Well, I guess that's the closing for us. I just wanted to, introduce myself and I hope this is going to be a great semester for us. I obviously love biology. I love microbiology, but I'm kind of happy and excited to share my love with you who may not know why I think biology is so cool. So I hope you enjoy this semester. I hope you learn a lot, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, all right, bye-bye now.